You get it. Come on, lady. Good. Look, man, look who just sent me a letter, man. You know, when you complain on them boys, they gotta send you a letter back telling you they speaking to you. Y'all, when I'm right, baby. But Scotia, come on, man. Come on, Substantiated, baby. That's why these guys are not around, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, I didn't expect to make a video right now, y'all. It's a kind of a cloudy day here in Brooklyn, but another positive day in Lucas Greer's eyes. So I just got another CCRB notice, man. Another CCRB. I get these every couple of months or so, and they have been looking good. They have been looking similar, and they're all on different officers. So I think it's safe to say that I've mastered at least the discourtesy and abuse of authority rule in the NYPD, and I'm holding officers accountable for their actions. Definitely am. And I'm actually happy about that overall. That's the best thing. That's what I realized about the CCRB, is that those officers that thought they were gonna get away with everything. Yeah, so the officers that thought that, you know, because I had a couple of officers tell me like, yeah, do the CCRB. Particularly this officer right here, the one that I got the letter from, and he particularly told me that, you know, CCRB doesn't do anything, and for me to go ahead and do it. So, and I pretty much explained to him that I will do it. And I explained that to the CCRB. It's funny, when they spoke to me, I told them, I said, you know, he actually said this, and this. And I think you guys should look more in depth onto why he even said that to somebody like myself. You know, forget about the fact that the CCRB is happening, but for you to tell somebody that the CCRB doesn't even work and he doesn't even care. So that's just like, that's like you coming to my job and saying, hey, you know, I'm gonna report you tomorrow when your supervisor gets here, and I'm like, come tomorrow at 9 in the morning. He'll be here. His name is Dan. You think I give a shit? He ain't gonna do nothing to me. You like, that's crazy. So, anyways, you end up going to speaking to Dan, and then Dan actually does do something about it. That's the point of it all. This particular officer was Officer Vescotia, Philip Vescotia. He came to Williamsburg. He thought he was a tough guy, man, and he's out of there, man. He's out of there. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, man, he's out of there. I'm extremely happy, because what I'm starting to learn is that when the CCRB goes in, they start to remove those officers. It doesn't even, if the officer has somewhat got a complaint before about him, they're already gonna change him to a new precinct or something like that. But very positive, man. So this is like officer number 15, I believe, guys. I already passed the double digits. I already have a bunch of substantiated claims on a bunch of different officers already. So it's just crazy to see that. Within this time, though, now I want to explain. The videos that you see are 2019. Right now it's 2022. So we're already 3 years into me, you know, being this this person that's going against cops, I guess, or trying to weed out the good and the bad. We're on year 3, and in 3 years, I've got over 15 cases already substantiated. I'm not gonna exaggerate. I know for sure it's over 30 officers that I've got complaints on. And just like that, guys, I mean, even think about that. Have you even spoken to 30 officers in your lifetime through bad encounters? And the answer is no, of course it is. But I have. And that's the crazy thing of it all, you know? I mean, nobody should have to deal with this type of harassment or discomfort. Forget about harassment, because it's not they're not even coming after me anymore. But now it's just they're looking for a particular person, and I fit that description, so they think that it's okay. The training has not gotten better. I think they just definitely put more fear into the officers doing their job. I've spoken to a lieutenant at the PSA 2, forgot the guy's name, but I've spoken to him, and he told me that he stresses the business card thing because it's something that's so easy for you not to get in trouble with, you know. So he says he always recommends that his officers always have the business cards on them and give them out because they don't pay for them, frankly. He told me, this is word for word what he told me, I'm not even lying. They don't pay for them, frankly, and it doesn't hurt anybody to give a business card. If an officer refuses to give you a business card, it's honestly because he personally knows he messed up, or he personally just wants to be, you know, that person, you know, because again, somebody comes to your job and they say, hey, who are you? Who am I speaking to? You're not going to say, well, what's the point? What do you need my name for? You know, you're going to just tell them, you know, my name is Lucas, or my name is John, or, you know, whatever. So this particular officer, is funny how, I want to explain it, because these officers are trying to avoid me. They're gonna try their best to avoid a guy named Lucas Gray in the neighborhood. Of course they are, because, or the particular area, my address, whatever. They definitely put that out there for sure, because I have gotten more than 10 officers transferred from the 90th precinct alone. I know that for a fact. So when you put that knowledge out there and say, hey, listen, this guy is gunning for guys and he's successful, you know, not even to the successful degree of hurting them in a big way, but just making the higher ups have to make these transfers is already enough power in itself. To have an officer here every single day, like I told you before, having every day, understanding the neighborhood, having a comfortable neighborhood, going to the certain restaurant they like to go to, just having a good officer life, it's hard to do that when you're also a negative officer. So once you put the negative out there, they have no choice but to put this officer in a different spotlight, and now all that stuff that he was gaining, that he loved so much, it kind of gets removed or gets turned around, and that's my concept with everything that I'm doing. So I know more than 10 officers got transferred for 90th precinct because of my complaints. If you look in the CCRB database on all the complaints, most of the time you see a complaint that says it doesn't tell you if I'm Hispanic, Black, Asian, White. It says unknown. More than likely, that's my complaint. I'm not telling them what I am on paper. You know, it is what it is. They got to figure that out as their perception on who they think I am. But yeah, that's just something to look forward to. And I definitely have cases I've done, looked it up myself, Googled it myself, and they're there. But again, I'm finding success with the CCRB thing now after 3 years of starting this process, because again, a lot of officers that were doing bad things to people are now no longer on my particular streets. And you could do the same. You get rid of them as you keep on, you know, reporting. But they're no longer bothering me, you know. And then officers that are around, that do know me, even if they know the stuff that I do, they just give me a certain look. They don't mess with me. And I'm kind of like on my own. They're like, you know, even if he needs help, we're not going to help him. But it is what it is. We'll deal with that particular situation when it comes to it. It's unfortunate that, you know, honestly, the police have not changed, but we could adjust the policing around you, and that's my overall goal with these videos, and, you know, keeping you guys updated. I'm, like I said, I'm very happy with this. This is like officer number 15 or 16 or so. We still got more cases to go, guys. Honestly, there's so many cases that I've reported officers already that it's just time. It's just time. A lot of cases go to IAB. IAB is Internal Affairs, or OCD, or OCF, or something like that. Those go to the precinct headquarters itself. So some of these papers I might not see, or which I should. They should send me something, but there's ways around. It's hard for me to keep track of so many complaints, honestly. But to give you guys the update, more or less right now, this is May 2022. I started this in January of 2020, right? So we're in May of 2022, and within these 2 years, I have met and reported over 35 officers for sure. And that's a very bad statement because it shouldn't be. I shouldn't even interact with over 35 officers within these last 2 years. But what I've realized is that the type of person that I am, in the field that I am, in my career is, I'm a self-employed person, so I make my own schedule. I'm able to be at certain places for long periods of time, and not having to worry. A lot of people have to go to work and they have to do things. Me, I can literally be here for 8 hours and adjust my day to make it work for me. And that's kind of what people and the cops don't like, and that's what I see. So multiple cops end up meeting up with me at different times, at different nights, around the same locations or in different locations. And then it's kind of like, damn, I try to avoid him, but I still got him. And in this particular case, with the Vescotia case, he actually, him and another detective of his, or partner of his, whatever, jumped out of the vehicle. They grabbed up, it's hard to explain, somebody that's on drugs, on the corner and shit like that, you already know. They grabbed him up, they threw him in the back of the squad car. They did not cuff him, and they pretty much told him to shut up, and they was going to take him to the precinct and question him. And it was kind of like staging the arrest, but it pretty much was to solicit information from him through the neighborhood. Was he snitching? I don't believe so, but they were trying to make him do that, and that was the overall problem. But then when I addressed that situation about why is he getting arrested, the guy kind of cursed me out. Vescotia cursed me out, and then I explained that I know their supervisor, and they both shut up. They jumped in the car, but they had masks on. This is around the COVID time. Jumped in the car, and they proceeded to speed off and then stick the middle finger at me as they drove off. Me being the guy I am, I took the license plate, went right back to the precinct, and I got them called back to me. They ended up apologizing and giving me the information, but apology doesn't really work. Like, if I was getting arrested and I apologized, they wouldn't not arrest me. So they apologized, which was taken into consideration, and then I still did the report. And this is the aftermath. So both of them I haven't seen since that incident, which is funny. And now I know why, because it was a substantiated case. So keep on working, y'all. Keep on doing what y'all doing, man. It's your neighborhood. Take it over. Do what you got to do. Take care.